Vytautas Miltas here with you in Merit, and what do we have today? The one and only Mr. Jungleman, aka Daniel Cates. The one and question that always in my mind when I'm thinking about you is the Dan Cates Foundation. It's a really brave and good move. Can you explain us more about this then?
Okay, so the foundation. Let's start with what we're doing right now. At the moment, we're focusing on providing fresh water to a lot of people that need it because there's tons of people out there that don't have it, and it's actually a very much, what's the word, unappreciated, recent, even kind of recent thing that us humans have had lately that it's still taken for granted. Let's put it that way. And another thing we're focusing on is providing children's education. Basically, things that create lasting change and that create as much impact or a ton of impact and are well-known social problems. Those are the two focuses at the moment. Although ultimately, what I want to do with the foundation, but we're too far away from that. It's way too big of a goal. Is to get all the charities to work together and create like a real change through our combined efforts. But that's just some faraway dream right now. This is what we're focusing on right now.
I'm really, as a human being, I'm really glad to hear that because I think it's really important as a poker player, and such a successful one as you are, to give something to the society. It's really, honestly, I'm really appreciate that thing. And we have such a kind of situation, pandemics. Can you describe your time during this period?
Everyone during the pandemic had their own variations of problems. Usually people had it with work or with family or with their spouses. I was fortunate that I had already been successful and I already had money, but I had my own personal issues that I was dealing with, figuring out what exactly with my life I was going to do, figuring out how I was going to become a better person, a better man, and my own internal flaws as well when dealing with this one kind of... I had a very deep personal issue that COVID made very difficult to deal with during this time. And the whole period has been a bit of a transition period for me for figuring out what else I want to do with my career. And I mean, it's still going basically, but it's hopefully for the best and resulted in a lot of self-improvement and a lot of crazy stories. Apparently some DJing and some supercars, messing them up, and what else? Parties, some crazy parties, and dressing up as the warrior and improv, and then the charity foundation. Yeah, that came out of it also. Came out of all that chaos, and it's still going. And I'm trying to figure out how to run it as being new to this industry. And we're making changes.
I'm glad to hear that, and I'm really happy that you are so honest and open-minded, and telling us these things. And about the clothes, we saw your appearance during Super High Roller Ball 3 weeks ago here in Merit. Can you talk more about these beautiful ones that you come up, or ideas, how you make your clothes and all the things that we can see on the poker tables?
Oh, I didn't make those clothes, but I've got all sorts of. I've got all sorts of outfits coming. Actually,
okay.
I've got a few different ideas in mind, and you know what? Maybe this will be a thing. In fact, maybe I'll just keep doing this and just be like a different character every time. I thought that would be fun.
For sure.
Yeah, just whatever. It depends. It depends on my mood a little bit, and depends on like what the other people are doing and what's going on in the game. I just thought it'd be really funny to like turn up in my PJs for a high-stakes game, because usually no one cares in these high-stakes games. Everyone always turns up in casual outfits, and I figured, well, why not take this to the extreme and wear my PJs? Whatever, it doesn't matter.
Actually, I was there, and I can say your goal totally was achieved, because to see that was like one of the funniest and most interesting thing during that period. And are you really happy, as I heard you was telling about the issues, etc.? How much are you happy coming back to the live circuit,
Yeah, I'm happy that things are getting back in motion in the poker world. For a second, I was forgetting that I actually play poker, and people were asking, wait, do you play poker? You're that poker player guy. And I'm like, Oh wait, yeah, I do play poker. Yeah, that's right. For like a year and a half, I was like not playing any poker, or very little anyway. But I'm thinking of how do I combine this with charity and other verticals of sorts that I want to do. Which reminds me, I've got a new one. I'm starting a podcast. Apparently, that's a new thing that is in the works, and we're gonna combine that with poker and maybe charity and spirituality, possibly. We're figuring that one out. Anyway, yeah, I'm glad things are back in motion, and looking forward to more and more motion and more high stakes games and bad beats and good beats too. Don't forget good beats. I'm looking most to the good beats. Those are some of my favorites.
And it's not the first time I'm seeing here in Merit. And you were here 3 weeks ago, a couple of years ago, before the pandemics I saw as well. And you're here for this series. What's the reason you're coming back and you're enjoying the Cyprus experience?
Cyprus is pretty cool, actually. I don't know if people know, but there are plenty of cool things here. There's a sunken ship. There's like an underwater museum that you can scuba dive to. I didn't know. There's mountains and castles and shit. And maybe there's treasure out there. I don't know. Maybe I'll be a treasure hunter next in Cyprus. There's also like, you know what really gets me though? What I really come back for is the sweets, the candy. They're all on delay. Every one of my favorite snacks is here. I'm trying to like eat healthy, and then boom, it's just cheese rolls over here and rice puddings, and I'm just going crazy. But that's what actually gets me, to be honest.
Okay.
And not to mention, the Merit Poker Casino is incredibly hospitable and has excellent service staff, and there's just not much to complain about, okay? And there's the great weather, and there's the beach outside, and it looks pretty. I mean, you might have to figure out reasons why not to come. It's tough to get here, I will say that. And it's like kind of a country, I guess. Yeah. But other than that, it's pretty sweet.
I'm really glad to hear that. I wish you all the best in the cash games. I don't know, maybe you will play the main event. But the most thing I really want to wish all the best is your foundation, because it's really a good thing. Cheers, enjoy, and
Cheers.
see you again on the Delight ones.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm wishing the best for the foundation too. We're gonna need a lot of magic and a lot of positive energy. We're gonna need some of that.
Cheers.